From this is Daryl from Daily Crypto Trading Signals coming to you live from Asia, guys. Remember, all this is financial advice. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin. We're going to be talking about Dogecoin. And guys, this is absolutely huge indicator, huge freaking signal for cryptocurrency, Dogecoin, Bitcoin. And guys, should you not buy a NANO Ledger, we're going to demystify, debunk all the FUD that's going on with the NANO Ledger out there and, basically uploading your seed phrase to the cloud, guys. Because I think there's a lot of misinformation out there about that. So we're going to be talking about that and much more out there. So get ready to go down and let's get into the content. Smash the likes. Show some love for the OG. I appreciate it. So what did we see yesterday? We saw that yesterday the U.S. markets were pretty much up up. And a lot of that is for the fact that it looks like we're coming to the end of the tunnel, light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to the debt ceiling out there. So we're getting closer to a deal being signed. So the markets are turning green right now. So that is pretty good. What have we got in terms of announcements this week? The only thing that's happening today is we got the Fed Chairman Powell and former Fed Chairman Bernanke on a panel today. So hopefully they don't say something dumb that tanks the market, and we'll see something positive going on out there. So in terms of fear and greed, how are you feeling? How are you feeling about cryptocurrency? How are you feeling about Bitcoin today? We are seeing right now that the fear and greed right now is down from yesterday. It's at 48, pretty much neutral out there. Would I consider this a good buy zone? From my perspective, I'm going to be dollar cost averaging every Thursday. I did dollar cost average yesterday, and I'm just going to keep doing that, because if you had dollar cost average from the top, the previous top of 69,000 and change, and you had dollar cost average weekly, you would actually be up right now almost 10%. So that is interesting, dollar cost average, guys. And wait for life changing wealth, or wait for wife changing wealth out there. So we are seeing that right now. BTC is down 1.9%. And Ethereum is down as well. So we're going to be talking about why is BTC price down? Why did we have a pretty big dip yesterday? So we're going to be talking about that. Keep in mind that we had the Bitcoin conference happening in Miami. And typically, whenever we have the Bitcoin conference in Miami, we often have volatility, and often we see that Bitcoin goes down. That's just the name of the game. That's what happens. That's just part of life, guys. And always May is pretty much a Debbie Downer. So what are the markets looking like right now? Guys, let's take a look at the markets and before we get to big news and demystify what's going on with Ledger, guys. So I know a lot of you are kind of concerned if you're Ledger holders, what the freak is going on with that. So we're going to be talking about that and much more out there. So we are seeing that Bitcoin dollars is kind of down at 46.3%. Ethereum dollars is still okay. We're seeing that the altcoin dollars is increasing out there, so that is good news. We're seeing in the last 24 hours, we're seeing that Bitcoin is down, Ethereum is down. Remember, Ethereum is going to follow Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to generally send the trend, set the stage for what most of the other the altcoins are going to be doing, especially in the top 50, guys. Sure, the coin 10,000 way back there, the Pupu Shimano coin, that's probably not going to be affected, but they're going to have a lot of volatility, high risk there, guys. So remember, never invest more than you're willing to lose, and never, ever, invest your rent money. Never do anything like that. Remember, do research, guys. Absolutely do research, and never invest in anything 2 years or younger. I never do that. Sure, there might be some exceptions out there, so don't call me out on that in case I do have an exception out there. So overall, the crypto markets are down. Much of that is because of Bitcoin had a bit of a dump out there. So we're going to be demystifying that for you out there. So what's really concerning, what's really kind of interesting, we're seeing that right now, that the DXY is forming this kind of like a W pattern, or some people are saying inverse head and shoulders as well, depending on how you look at that. And we're seeing that, unfortunately, the DXY is going up, and this is a contrarian indicator. As the DXY goes up, it puts more downward pressure on Bitcoin. So that's one of the reasons we're seeing Bitcoin going down. So a lot of you are probably saying, well, what are you talking about, OG? The U.S. economy is in the toilet out there. So why is the DXY going up, considering that inflation is still running wild and rapid in the U.S.? Well, it's because most of the other countries out there, the European zone, Japan, and everywhere else, the recession and interest rates are much higher, and they're being hit harder. So in terms of recovery, it seems that the U.S. is doing better in terms of recovery, and that is why we're seeing the DXY going up out there. So that is what's going on from that perspective. So that is good news out there, guys. So it's beautiful news for the DXY, but not good news for Bitcoin out there. And you guys can see here that there is generally a correlation between Bitcoin and DXY. DXY is having a head and shoulders pattern on the top of resistance line right here, and that we should see fairly shortly a good drop in the DXY, and if we have a drop in DXY going back to 99 cents, that should push Bitcoin back up again. So keep an eye on that. We could see some volatility out there. So what's going on with Bitcoin? Bitcoin right now is trading at 26,969. Yesterday we did have a pretty significant dump, not a crash, just a dump, and that is down 2%. Where do I see Bitcoin going for the rest of this weekend? I expect some volatility. Typically, whenever we have these crazy Miami Bitcoin conferences, we often have volatility. So I'm expecting that Bitcoin could go down to 26,000. If it breaks that support level, then our next stop will be around about 25.2. But we are seeing that right now that Bitcoin is taking a pretty big move to the downside. We can kind of see that Bitcoin is kind of moving this direction. So I'm more, not speculatively speaking, not financial bias, but I'm looking at Bitcoin probably going down to around about 25,000. It could even go lower. It could even go lower to 24,000, depending on our support, and then bounce up from there, guys. So that's what I'm looking at. So, what is one of the reasons why Bitcoin dumped yesterday? Well, we saw this whale deposited about 1,750 Bitcoin. That's worth about 48 million. They transferred it to Binance, and they're planning to sell that, guys. So we also deposited 5,791 Bitcoin, or about 163 million, April 21st. After that, the price of Bitcoin dropped about 3%. So we are seeing some Bitcoin being moved. We also saw about 10,000 Bitcoin being moved to a Coinbase wallet out there as worth about $267 million. So that's what we're seeing right now. Absolutely what we are seeing right now. So this is one of the reasons that we're having this dump out there. And there could be more selling pressure coming on. And typically, as we have this Miami conference, weird and wacky stuff happens out there. But, the good news is that, Bitcoin has formed a local bottom here around about 15,000. And I still believe that we are going to be flipping up. We had a local bottom here, then a local top. We've hit a local bottom. So I think that we may see some volatility, some sideways chop. I think overall we will be going uppity up. It's just a matter of time. Chitty time tap. So it may be frustrating, and we can see that, the corrections are often short-lived, and it's full of bull traps. But, with Bitcoin and Ethereum seeing historic lows of supply on exchanges, and as some key tiers accumulating coins out there. So we are seeing right now that there are less and less Ethereum, less and less crypto happening on exchanges, and that's good. We're seeing more and more outflow out there, guys and gals. If you look at Bitcoin on the daily, it looks like Bitcoin is about to form a golden cross, and that often triggers an uptrend. So we're about to see the 50 and the 200 moving average cross. And like this chart says, you've got to be patient. You've got to zoom out, and we are going to be seeing that Bitcoin is going to be trending up. There might be some chop, there might be some volatility, but when the trending is your freaking friendly, zoom out and wait for life-changing wealth. So that's what's going on. So let's talk about what's going on with Ledger. So there was this whole Ledger wallet under fire because of their seed phrase recovery service. So in a freaking nutshell, basically Ledger had rolled out an update. And part of that update was there is a paid service. Now, let me keep it very clear. There is a paid service, and this paid service allows you to recover your seed using your government ID. Okay. So, and what happens is your seed phrase is divided into 2 or 3 different segments. And these 2 or 3 different segments go on to basically an enterprise ledger solution, okay, through third party. And what happens is, so automatically the firmware takes your seed phrases, encrypts it, and divides it into three parts, like 1, 2, 3. Those are then sent to 3 separate enterprise ledgers that are in the cloud. Now, for you to recover your seed phrase, you have to use your ledger device. Your ledger device is the key that unlocks these seed phrases and combines them in a readable format that only you can see. So that's what that's all about. And remember, this recovery service is paid and it's opt-in. If you don't opt in and you don't want to use the paid service, your seed phrase is not uploaded to the cloud. Okay, it's only if you opt into the service. So let's make that freaking clear. So it's not like everybody's seed phrase is suddenly going up to some third party. Remember, these are encrypted seed phrases. The seed phrases are divided into 3 different segments, and each individual segment, even if they are decoded, are completely useless because it's separated into three parts. So from that perspective, I think that's been a lot of FUD out there. And, some of the headlines have been that, all seed phrases are uploaded and minimal security. Without your Ledger wallet, you cannot decode it. And remember, if you want to have this recovery service, one, you need to authorize it in the Ledger device itself, which is your key, and pay. So if you opt out, like I said, there's no freaking problem. Nothing has changed. So I'm not defending Ledger. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that there's a lot of misinformation out there, and a lot of Ledger holders are like worried and anxious that their seed phrase is going to be showcased in the wild. So that is kind of a clarification out there. So basically, Ledger continues to defend its recovery system, says it's always technically possible to extract user keys. Yes, technically speaking, it's always been possible to write firmware that facilitates key extraction. Sure, I mean, that is absolutely possible, but that is not the case, guys. Absolutely not the case. So I don't think you guys have anything to worry about. I mean, I have most of my, I have 98% of my crypto on Ledger. I ain't worried about it. I absolutely not worried about it. What's going on with the fees for Bitcoin right now? The fees for Bitcoin is slightly up, a little bit more congestion, a little bit more movement out there. If you take a look at what's going on with Pepe, Pepe is broken down below our support level out there. What do I see going on for Pepe? Pepe is just moving with the market, moving with Bitcoin, and it's acting like it's kind of like me. It's kind of like doing what I call the meme coin pattern. Basically, you have a high, and from there you just kind of like trending down. So it's pretty much like Shiba Inu. It's pretty much like Dogecoin out there. So that is what's going on. Pepe right now is down 1.14%. Nothing to worried about. We're still seeing that Dogecoin right now is still have no fear. Get ready for the next run, guys. And we're seeing that we have these descending triangles, and as we approach resistance and we break out the resistance, so we have to have a move to the upside, guys. So that's cool. That's beautiful out there. Dogecoin right now is trading at 0.737. You guys can just see here, zoom in. You guys see that Dogecoin just been trending sideways. Where do I see Dogecoin going? I think it's just going to stay continuing going sideways, doing a crabby walk between 7 and a high of about 7.4, 7.5 out there. So we're seeing that. We did see that yesterday there was a bit of a drop, and that was because of Bitcoin's drop out there. So nothing too much out there. In terms of the tokenomics right now, we're seeing that Dogecoin right now is down about 1.54%. Pretty typical considering that Bitcoin is down. We're seeing that Dogecoin is trading at 0.7357. We're seeing that the market cap is pretty much untraded over 10 billion, and we're seeing that the volumes are lightening up, guys. So I expect some volatility. I'm expecting a bit of a dump out there. Looks like Binance CEO is surprised that Dogecoin hasn't died out there. But and one of the reasons he cited that Dogecoin's success and Dogecoin holding power is the fact that basically, Elon Musk is last shelter. But I think it's not only because Elon Musk likes Dogecoin. That's why Dogecoin is still, it hasn't died out. Hasn't gone back towards like previous lows of like 4 zeros and 2.5 out there where it was almost 2 years ago. And one of the reasons for that is I think that the community is getting stronger, the community is getting bigger, and the community is more and more active out there. So if you take a look at what's going on for Dogecoin, in the last year it's down 12.8%. We're down 16% 90 days, 30 days down 21%, and 7 days down 2.54%. So overall, the Dogecoin has been trending down for a long time. We're still waiting for a nice reversal. We still need some catalysts, Twitter integration, Dogex one to the moon. These are some of the things that we need. We're waiting for as a community. Guys, don't forget to smash Dogecoin 101. I appreciate it. And we're still seeing, but look, guys, 51% of the Dogecoin holders are in the money right now. So that's beautiful. That's fantastic. How are we doing in terms of social dominance right now for Bitcoin? For Dogecoin, my bad. Bitcoin on the brain, we're still seeing that social mentions are up 48%. Engagements are down. So it looks like, the influencers are talking about Dogecoin, but social engagements are down. Social dominance is up as well. So that is not too shabby. Where does Dogecoin and the other cryptocurrencies stand in terms of social mentions out there and social sentiment out there? We're seeing that Bitcoin is number one, Ethereum, Binance Coin. And we're seeing that Dogecoin has slid down to 11. We're seeing Shiba Inu is at 8 right now. PancakeSwap is at 7 out there. So Doge has lost some strategic social dominance value out there. What's going on for Ethereum? Ethereum has broken down below our $1,800 level. I think we'll quickly recover after that, depending on how Bitcoin materializes. But expect some chop, guys. Expect some chop out there. The Bitcoin Miami conference is not a good thing, not a good look out there, guys. All I gotta say is if you are have your crypto on a centralized exchange, get it off there. Absolutely get it off there. I think they're offering free shipping right now. Go down and check my affiliate link down below in the video description. Guys, do be part of that conversation. Don't miss a trick. Don't miss a beat out there, guys. So let's take a look at what's going on with Shiba Inu right now. Shiba Inu at time of recording is down 0.63%. It's at 8706. We're seeing some resistance at the 0.9 level out there, so not looking good for Shiba Inu. And it seems that the whole fanfare, a lot of the euphoria for Shiba Inu has kind of died down a little bit, and people are kind of like, okay, what's going on out there? So we're seeing 18% are in the money, 79% are out. So if you're holding Shiba Inu, you're probably in the majority and you're out of money right now. So that's too bad. So guys, just don't forget to go back and watch all the videos. Follow me on Twitter. I appreciate it. And guys, don't forget to get the merch, guys. I love it. You love it, guys. Be blessed. Be well. I'll see you in the freaking next one, guys. Peace out.